you not? Hi, welcome to episode 3 of Ask the Reverend. The answer is yes. I'm just joking, guys. Hey, welcome to episode number 3 of Ask the Reverend with me, the Reverend Chris Reject. You might notice a little bit of a better quality on the video here. I want to thank Mon Gilles from the Roxy Gun Project for actually letting me use his camera. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. This is episode number 3. That means you guys watched episode number 1 and 2. In fact, you got number 2 over 100 views, and I thank you guys very much for that. I'm going to try to do these at least once a week, but with my hectic schedule between Roxy Gun Project and Grocery Store Rejects, I might not be able to do it, so please don't hate me. This past couple of weeks, I got bombarded with questions, and so I picked 3 for this week. I'm sorry, I want to do more, but we want to keep these videos under 10 minutes. So I have 3 questions for you this week for episode number 3. I don't know how many times I can do 3, but I'm going to keep doing 3. Anyways, this is episode number 3 of Ask the Reverend, and that's me. So let's go ahead and get started with the first question, shall we? So the first question is actually a 2-part question that comes from my good friend Will, and he asked me, who is the most underrated video game character of all time, and who's the most overrated video game character of all time? Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail on this one, so, but this is just my opinion. I'm going to start with underrated first, and in my opinion is Earthworm Jim. And for those of you that aren't aware of Earthworm Jim, it was a video game series that came out during that whole Sega Genesis versus Super Nintendo days. And Earthworm Jim was a video game that was actually released on both platforms. And basically you're an earthworm with a suit that came from outer space and gave you powers. And very interesting game, great storyline to it, and the gameplay was actually very smooth, and it was a great series. And then it kind of fizzled out, you know, it didn't have the longevity of Mario or Sonic the Hedgehog. So Earthworm Jim, and Earthworm Jim's actually making a comeback on PlayStation 3 in high def, so hopefully that kind of rejuvenates his career a little bit longer. Very interesting video game series, so when it does come out on PlayStation 3, you should check it out. Now, for overrated, this is the part that's going to get a lot of people mad at me, and I'm sorry, but again, my opinion is the Master Chief from Halo. I am not a Halo fan. I could not get into Halo. I don't like the storyline. I think the play controls on it are horrible, and there's no connectivity to the Master Chief. You don't connect with him. You don't relate to him. Unlike video games like Kratos from God of War, you relate to his story. Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil 4, you relate to their stories. Master Chief just didn't have that to me. So that's my answer. Underrated, Earthworm Jim. Overrated, Master Chief from Halo. I want to know what you folks think. Who is the most underrated and overrated video game characters of all time? There's that little comment section down there. Go ahead and leave it there. Debate it with me. So the second question comes from Christina, and she asked me, if a tree fell in the forest and I was at home, would I go make a sandwich? Yeah, I would. But folks, I want to get serious with you just for one moment. I don't know if you're aware, but every day hundreds of trees fall in the forest, and no one's ever around to hear them. And that's why I'm a member of Tree Care. That's right, Tree Care. It's an organization that sends people out to the forest and just listen to the trees fall. So, if you'd like to help out this cause, then you can donate $3 to me, and I'll go sit out in the forest every day and listen to the trees fall. And I'll report back. But remember, trees have feelings too, and we should hear what they have to say. And the final question comes from my phone gets a text message. Wow. Sorry about that, folks. Phone's on silent now, I hope. So, anyways, the last question comes from Steve. And Steve asked me, who would win in a fight? Chuck Norris Or the guy from the Dos Equis commercial. The most interesting man in the world. Really, honestly, I don't care. Because you know who would beat both of them? Yeah, that's right, beat Chuck Norris and the Dos Equis guy? Peggy. You wondering who Peggy is? This is Peggy. Am I right? Am I right? Peggy would totally win in a fight against either Chuck Norris or the Dos Equis guy. Because Peggy is Peggy. Well, that concludes episode number 3 of Ask the Reverend. Thank you guys very much for watching. And again, you know what to do. There's a little like button right here. No, wait. Right here. There's the little like button. You see it now? See it? It's a little thumbs up. You know, we all know what the like button looks like. We all are on Facebook. Go ahead and press that little button there. There's also a comment section right down there where you can type in your responses. Please give me feedback. I want to know what you guys think about these. And also, you can ask me questions there. I do read these comments. And so, that's it. That's all I got to say. If you would like to ask me a question and you don't want to leave it down there, go to facebook.com/Reverend Chris Reject. Submit your questions there. I did not get to everyone's question this week, and I will eventually get to everyone's questions. I'm very sorry. It's just we got to keep this kind of short. We don't want to have 20-minute long episodes, or do we? Anyways, episode 3 is now over. So thank you, everyone out there. Thank you, Roxy Gun Project, the Grocery Store Rejects, and most importantly, you. So I'm the Reverend Chris Reject. Until next time, Steve Perry.
How can you live your life like this? Sweat pouring down your face and your hands that liquor in a fist. I never thought that you would fall into that hole. Take a step back now before you lose control, 'cause you're losing control. Take a look at your life, are you in control?